If someone asked you to combine literary, dramatic, and poetic achievement into the person of just one artist, that figure would surely be William Shakespeare. The influence of this mysterious playwright, poet, and expert student of human nature is quite unique in the history of human experience. Born in 1564 in Stratford-upon-Avon, England, Shakespeare had a good grammar school education that gave him the tools he needed to write his plays, including command of the English and Latin languages, and a familiarity with the great classical and Christian authors of history. In 1582, 18-year-old Shakespeare married 26-year-old Anne Hathaway. The couple had 3 children, Susanna in 1583, and twins Hamnet and Judith in 1585. 11-year-old Hamnet died of plague in 1596 and was buried in Stratford. By 1592, Shakespeare had made a name for himself on the London stage. His career as a writer, poet, and entrepreneur exploded. In the England of Queen Elizabeth I, the Elizabethan Age, writing successful plays did not necessarily make an author rich or famous, and many plays were never published by Elizabethan playwrights themselves. Rather, plays made money based on the sales of tickets. And Shakespeare wisely became a shareholder in the Globe Theatre, which meant he made a percentage of every ticket sold. By 1594, Shakespeare's company of actors was sponsored by the powerful Lord Chamberlain, which guaranteed the actors security and protection. After the death of Queen Elizabeth in 1603, King James I of Scotland became King of England and took Shakespeare's acting company under his personal protection, naming them the King's Men. The plays he wrote in the early 17th century, including Hamlet, Othello, King Lear, Macbeth, The Winter's Tale, and The Tempest, earned him lasting fame and offered profound insights into human nature while showcasing his evolving genius as a poet. Somewhere around 1611, Shakespeare said his goodbyes to London, moving back home to Stratford. Despite his retired status, he collaborated on a few other plays before becoming ill with an unknown sickness in 1616. After writing his last will and testament in a very shaky hand, William Shakespeare died on or about his birthday, 23rd April, 1616. Shakespeare's impact on the English language was unforgettable. His achievement as a poet, immortal, and his work as a playwright, unparalleled. Today, English speakers across the globe repeat every day in casual conversation many of the words and phrases he invented, often without even realizing their origin. The very name Shakespeare has become a synonym for literary genius. If you have ever been told that love is blind, or you've found yourself in a pickle, then you are speaking Shakespeare. If you've been on a wild goose chase or been attacked by the green-eyed monster, or are as pure as the driven snow, you are speaking Shakespeare. Or if you've seen better days, or bidden someone good riddance, or felt the need to be cruel to be kind, or possessed a heart of gold, or tried to break the ice, or killed with kindness, or had too much of a good thing, then you are speaking Shakespeare. And if you find Shakespeare's language too difficult and simply walk away because it's all Greek to you, then you're speaking Shakespeare too. In fact, Shakespeare has been credited with inventing more than 1,700 common words, which adds up to more than 20,000 when parts of speech are compounded. But of all the words used or created by Shakespeare, none appears more than love. More than 2,200 times, Shakespeare invoked the word love. Today, Shakespeare is the best-selling fiction author of all time, with an estimated 4 billion copies sold. Hollywood has filmed his plays more than 500 times. Hamlet alone has been adapted for the big screen 79 times, and the famous To Be or Not to Be soliloquy translated into more than 75 languages. At his death in 1616, he left behind 38 plays, from comedies to tragedies to histories to romances, in addition to 4 poems and 154 sonnets. As his famous contemporary, the playwright Ben Jonson, wrote in a poem of praise, Shakespeare was not of an age, but for all time.